gentlemen, hey, congratulations on your new film, Watch the Sky.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you very
you.
much.
It's very exciting, very adventurous. A lot of people going to love it. But let me hear this first is where the original idea came from for Watch the Skies.
Watch the Skies is based on a real UFO research group called UFO Sweden, which is based in our hometown in Sweden, which we didn't know about. We had just heard about this research group and found out that they're not only based in our hometown in Sweden, they are also like their headquarters is just across the street from my apartment, which was like crazy. I never heard about them. So we went over and knocked on their doors and like, hey, can we talk? I mean, is this for real? And they were the nicest guys. They let us in. We had some Swedish fika, and they showed us their UFO archive, which is this world's biggest UFO archives, which is based in like the basements of this complex of apartments, which is crazy. It's crazy large. And we went there, and we knew that this is our next movie. We just need to find the perfect story to tell about this organization.
So when you recreated UFO Sweden for your film, does it look like what it looks like in the film, like a small group of club with in the basement with very disorganized?
Yeah, it's very alike, very alike. We thought about shooting on their actually office, but instead we took a lot of stuff from their archive and put it on the set. So like half of the things you see in the movie is stuff from their archives.
That's amazing. One of the things I do love about this film is it's a period piece because you put it in the 1990s or the young people like to call it the late 1900s. Could you tell us why you wanted to put it during this period?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's a great place in time. I mean it's just in the breakthrough of technology. I mean we could have a hero like Denise be in the forefront of technology and have these old guys at the UFO Sweden office to be like still on paper and stuff like that. And also the mystery in the world was still kept. And so it's a great time to tell a sci-fi story and ask the question what's out there.
So true, so true. Tell us about doing all these stunts. I mean, there are so many crashes. You destroyed so many things throughout this entire movie. Not saying it's not fun, but it is fun.
Yeah. And people who love cars, they first love that these nice old Saab and Volvos is in the movie, but then when they realized that we kind of destroyed four red Saabs, then they're not so they don't like us anymore. We really tried to make kind of this nostalgic feeling and trying to feel that everything should be authentic in the movie. So we try to make it as much as possible for real. So all kind of car stunts and a lot of other kind of effects is actually made in camera. So that was the goal. How can we make as much as possible in camera? And we are a film collective, me and Victor. We are the five of us. It's called Crazy Pictures, and we have together a lot of abilities, and one of them are like visual effects and practical effects. So we work very closely together to kind of try to find a way to, on this kind of pretty tiny budget that we have, how can we do as much as possible, and how can we kind of collaborate between these different departments to make it as good as possible. And there was a lot of kind of it was hard and difficult, and I think especially we have one scene at a lake where we kind of pull up big things from the water, and that was kind of, we were there for like I think 2 weeks and just bird things in the ground and have wires and all kinds of kind of everything there is made for real.
The lake started to freeze immediately in the in the shooting.
Yes, there was a lot of, but that's fun and very creative when you can actually do things practical.
Yeah.
Well said. Now, Scott, you join us from Flawless here. Tell us about your company working with Crazy Pictures, trying to enhance with artificial intelligence.
Yeah, well, Flawless, really, I kind of come from the filmmaking background myself as a filmmaker, and Flawless was built around filmmakers doing this new film technology, really to try and kind of do a better job of translating a movie for a wider audience. Because I discovered through my own films how much harm is done in the all traditional process, where the script will be rewritten to try and fit the wrong mouth movements, performances will be redone in different ways to try and capture synchronicity. And so I think the mission of the company was to widen out and take great films from around the world and enable them to be opened out to larger audiences. Because really, language is such a barrier to entry. Like the subtitle solution isn't really a solution for filmmakers because it means everyone's looking at the wrong part of the screen. They're not being pulled into the story. And all these kind of challenges that I think we all kind of recognize through filmmaking. And so Flawless is really about building new technological solutions that allow us to do better and kind of fix for film dubbing, I suppose. And we were in the midst of building out that pipeline and building out those new technologies, and watched a version of UFO Sweden, as it was called then, and fell in love with it, and saw in it, exactly the reason why we were doing this, which is you've got a truly like original movie that's an incredibly powerful, brilliant film, and it's not okay that no one is going to really see that outside of the Swedish audience, right? So we rallied around that mission and we worked and collaborated, and I think, to the guy's point, they already kind of dance really well with art and technology in the filmmaking process, right? And I think we're actually strangely from the same eras of filmmaking references. So I think like probably one of the reasons I fell in love with the film, but I actually, that's definitely a Terminator 2 reference right there. So we worked on that together, and Flawless is, the idea is that, look, technologies can be used for bad or good, right? And I think that's what we're seeing. We have seen that as AI technologies have kind of come out, and I think that but Flawless is very much built by artists for artists, and there is a way to do this right, and it's kind of AI done right, and so that means building tools for filmmakers and artists, and that's really what we've been doing, and this is an example of that, right? You guys brought the original cast in, recorded the dialogue, and then we've done this visual process to allow it to really open up and be as immersive as the guys intended in the first place.
Well said. Well, let me wrap it up with one last question. All three of you could actually answer this. After doing this film, Watch the Skies, does this make you a believer in UFOs and other phenomena now?
Well,
I'm schooled by the real UFO organization, UFO Sweden. They are not interested in believing. They want to find the answer and the truth about what's out there. And they're not settling for beliefs and stuff like that. They want to know. And I'm also curious, and I want to know. I don't want to guess.
But I still believe there's something more than only we in this universe. Of course, there's more species somewhere.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. I'm the same. I do believe that we are not alone in as life forms on this planet. That would be a very sad state of affairs, I think. So yeah, I'm excited to see what the future holds, right?
Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for talking to us about Watch the Skies. This is a delightful film. I wasn't know what I was about to expect, but there's a lot of twists and turns, and it was very fun to watch. So thank you very much for speaking to us about it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.